Hey guys, Garrett Otteson, WhitetailDNA team member, and here's my 2023 buck. I can tell you honestly, when the season started, I would have never guessed that I'm wrapping my hands around this. But it's such a great feeling. It's such an honor to hold a deer like this. This is my biggest one ever. So I'll get a little backstory on this deer. This deer started showing up all summer long, and going into the 2023 season, it was a top buck. We didn't name him, but it was definitely one of the bucks that we were gonna shoot. So that deer was consistent all summer long. We'll just call him the No Name 10 just for reference. So the No Name 10 buck stopped showing up from basically the start of the season to November. And then once November 1st hit, he showed up, I would say a dozen times, half dozen times. But then I also had a plan to shoot a different buck that I called breadstick, and that's where my main focus was for this year. Breadstick was kind of a tricky buck to hunt. He was like in the middle of the city, he was so close to houses, so I had to ask all these different houses to get permission to him. So I had so much time invested into this deer that this buck I actually shot was just on the back burner. While I was focusing on breadstick, this buck the No Name 10 was nowhere to be found. So I hunted, I think, I don't even know, 20 some days in a row, just hunting so hard for this deer. I wanted him so bad. And October 13th was my first encounter with breadstick, and it was pretty epic. Me and Luke had him at 25 yards. It was just too thick to pull off a shot. And then, so then I continued on the rest of October. I think I had another encounter with breadstick the week after. I started just solely focusing on breadstick. Breadstick, 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 sit after sit after sit.
It's September 28th here in Minnesota. It's right after 5 o'clock, and I'm set up in the where spot I was a couple days ago. That night, I guess I didn't do a closing interview, but I had two bucks sparring up here. I could tell they were nice. Alright, it's Friday, October 13th. I don't know if that's good luck or bad luck, but we'll see. I got a couple does behind us already. We just got set up. I sat 3 times this week so far and seen that big one twice, so the storm has already got deer moving, so we'll see. night tonight. there's some does that are feeding in this yard over here. He said he just had a buck come through, so that's a good sign. Alright, I don't want to talk too loud. I got a deer in mind, but it's October 20th. It's October 23rd here in Minnesota, back after breadstick. Alright, it's October 24th. Me and Alex are back at it again after breadstick. Breadstick showed up again last night. That's 3 times. Saturday morning, Saturday night, and then last night. Look good, but there's still like 6-7 does just hanging on down here. Hopefully breadstick makes that mistake too.
It just got to a point where the rut started and this buck was just in the middle of town. I was getting pictures of this buck from other buddies, sending them in people's backyards. So I was like, I still kept at it, knowing that he could possibly show up at any moment, and he just never did. I went to North Dakota. That was kind of a bust for the most part until the last couple of days. So I just needed a little switch up, and thankfully this buck, the No Name 10, showed up, like I said, November 1st, and a couple times here and there, and then he got more consistent the week before I killed him, actually, and Alex went out and hung the set. We kind of had a game plan of going out for this deer, and November 17th it all came together, and it was a perfect hunt. I couldn't have played it up any better. It was so cool to have one of my best friends in the stand with me.
Alrighty, well, today is Wednesday, November 15th. Came out here today to a property that we just got permission on this past summer, and it's a pretty big piece, but we never hunted it. We haven't hunted yet this year. We've had a handful of really nice bucks on camera here in the last few days, and you see behind me, I just put sticks up in a tree, came in, did a quick scout for a spot for Garrett. So Garrett's gonna hunt here this weekend. I'm gonna film him Friday morning. Right now we're kind of waiting on breadstick to show back up, so that's his main target this year, but that buck has been MIA for a couple weeks. I'm sure he's out running during the rut, but this spot is sweet. We've got a nice little funnel coming through here. Got a tree set up where there's shooting lanes on both sides, just mega trails. We'll have a southwest wind Friday blowing right in our face, so hopefully it sets up good. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and hop on the bike. It's a long bike ride out of here, so excited to be back here Friday morning, and hopefully Garrett can shoot something.
It's November 17th, about 7 a.m. here in the morning. Me and Alex snuck into this new property that I got this summer. It's actually in a different suburban hunt, so I had to get registered in a different city. But we've had a pretty nice buck show up here, like 2-3 times in the last, I don't know, week and a half. And we had him in here all summer, but he disappeared for like September to, well, I guess 2-3 weeks ago. So that's the main target in here. There's been a couple other bucks. We'll see what happens. Alex came in here a couple days ago and set this stand up, put sticks in here, cleared shooting lane, so we wouldn't be too noisy in here this morning. I think we got in here pretty clean. Feels good. Feels fine to like a rut morning here in Minnesota.
Man.
All right. Oh, I need to take a deep breath. But okay, so me and Alex were hanging out here. We thought we heard a buck chase off another buck over here. And like 5 minutes later, this doe, she's still bedded here, comes in and starts milling around. So we're like, oh, that's a good sign. Well, she beds down, so we can't move, and she's facing right at us. And I hear something coming at us in front of us, like, Alex, you watch what that deer is. I'll watch this doe. And he's like, dude, I think it's a big one. He's like, dude, it's a really big one. And then he's like, dude, I think it's in him. And I was seated down because I can't move. And he gets to right here, 20 yards. I don't even know how far it wasn't more than 20 yards. And I can't bend anymore, so I gotta stop him. So I gave him the old mitt. And the arrow freaking hit off a tree. But I think it hit him right in the boiler room. Didn't get that much penetration, which sucks, but he ran over here just out of sight and it started getting loud commotion over there, so I don't know, I'm hoping that he fell. But we'll see. Oh, I can't stop shaking. That thing's big, dude. His frame is just as big, if not bigger than breadstick. It might not score as much, but I can't pass that deer up. I ain't gonna shoot him because I'm chasing a 180. No, then I gotta throw an arrow at him. I'm just praying. Hopefully Grandpa's with me today on that shot.
Alright, we just got out of the stand about maybe 10-15 minutes ago. We got down, looked for blood at site of impact. It wasn't very good, but then we got like 20 yards down the trail and it's pouring out of them, so that's a good sign. But still, it wasn't the perfect shot, so we're gonna give them till probably, I don't know, 11 o'clock, which is, I don't know, 3 hours from now, maybe between 11 and 12. We'll see. We're coming here with a crew. I don't know, after getting out, looking at that blood, there's a lot more excitement behind it now. So I don't know, we're gonna get out. My dad's waiting for us to meet up and he wants to hear all about it. I'm sure everybody else does, but alright, we just got back out here. It's probably right around 11:30, 12 o'clock. We gave them 4 hours probably.
12:30.
Yeah, 12:30. So we've been them over 4 hours now. So this is the setup. This is what Alex came in here the other day. He just hung those sticks. We hung the stand this morning. It's about a mile back to the road. We got some help coming, so they're gonna be a little wild. But anyways, the deer came from back behind here. This stand sets up perfect as a rough funnel. There's a huge fence line right over here that those deer won't avoid. They'll come this way. And he walked up through here. He walked this little gorge thing. We think she was hot over here. There's a doe. She was being weird. She wasn't being normal. And he got to about 20 yards and I fired. And me and Alex came over here and looked for some blood. We found good blood. But we backed off because we still iffy on the shot. We got back to the house and there's blood coming out of the impact site pretty good. So
You walk to where you're standing and show and point to the
yeah, it's probably pretty hard to see, but there was a mushroom sticking out right here that freaking deflected my arrow. But the shot was right over here. It hit that, and then we're thinking that it was gonna hit him quartering to, but the arrow deflected, so it hit him more broadside and hit hopefully both lungs. I don't know, but looks good. We'll go look at it over here.
So you're standing there going here?
Yeah, she's probably right here. So it's probably pretty hard to see, but I had to, right hand, so I can only go so far to my right before it becomes uncomfortable sitting down. So I pick a spot between those trees and probably got him right here. Yeah, I don't know.
That is pretty tough. All the blood on the log. All the way up to here. Looks pretty good, dude. Still quite a bit of blood.
Bubbles, ain't it?
Yeah, dude, that's a little bit of bubbles. Look at it. Yeah. Keeps going up there. Let's see up on the stick. Where? Hey, look at that! Let's go! Right there! He's right there! Holy shit! Oh my god! Dude, we barely missed him going down. Yeah. Oh baby. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude. That's a tank. Look at that shot. It's perfect. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know how to make them look any good in pictures. You got bigger on the ground. Yeah. Seriously. Holy god. Dude, he went another 20 yards from when we saw him. That's crazy. Dude, congrats, dude. Oh, thanks. That's insane. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
That's exciting.
Heck yeah, it is.
Look at that mean.
I can't.
All right, well, here's my hard-earned Minnesota buck. Little did me and Alex know, and everyone else we've texted, that this buck was dead literally probably within seconds after I shot him. Oh, the shot was perfect, besides ricocheting off of a tree, but I couldn't be more happier than I am right now. I'm literally on cloud 9 with this buck. This is by far the biggest buck I've ever shot. Probably top 5 biggest bucks I've ever seen out of the stand. This is literally the only buck we were in here after, and what do you know, he shows up literally an hour into the stand. Couldn't play it up any better than that. Now I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe go to Wisconsin. We'll see. But I don't know. I'm on cloud 9. I'll probably be on cloud 9 for a couple more months, maybe a couple more years. since then, Breadstick's been messing with me. He's been showing up on my cameras, daylight, middle of the day, times that I'd be in the stand. So I'm hoping that this deer, Breadstick, lives till next year, so then I can continue the saga with him. Until then, why don't you guys go over and hit the like, subscribe button. That'd do us a huge favor, and I appreciate it, you guys watching.